Well, good morning, everyone. Don Preston here of Preterist Research Institute. Welcome to my morning musings. Doing some reading here. It's just absolutely fascinating. I love to read from Isaiah. The prophecies that are there of the kingdom of God and the salvation that Messiah was to bring. I'm sharing with you some of the things that led me to become a full preterist. As I've shared with you, it was really a ladies' Bible class that set me on my journey. They asked me to teach on Matthew 24, and well, to be honest about it, I wasn't ready. I told them it would take me a year to study. Do you know what one of the most challenging things was? I took some old Bibles and I cut out the parallel passages, and I had the secretary to blow those passages up as large as possible, put them on poster board, and I put them around my office so that I could just look up and see. One of the things that really challenged me initially, and I would recommend that you do the same thing basically, and that is look at the parallel passages. Matthew 24:3, Mark 13, Luke chapter 21. It's real obvious from Mark and Luke that the disciples were not asking about anything at all about a so-called end of the world. And of course, as I've already pointed out, one of the things that was challenging to me initially was that when in the disciples' question, tell us what shall be, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of your coming, and the end of the world, as the King James renders it, it's not world at all. It's age. Well, Mark chapter 13 tell us when shall these things be and what will be the sign. Luke chapter 21, when shall these things be and what shall be the sign when all of these things shall be accomplished. They were not asking about the end of time. Now, if the disciples were not, according to the parallel passages, if the disciples were not asking about the end of time, oh, by the way, that was another thing that challenged me. I realized that the term end of time is not found anywhere in the Bible. But anyway, if the disciples were not asking about the end of the, quote, world or the end of time, then what right did I have to read it into Jesus' answer? Now, somebody might say, well, Jesus had the right to bring up and discuss anything he wanted. Well, perhaps so. I'm not denying that. But the question is that what the disciples asked about? And the parallel passages and other evidence as well that we'll share with you in upcoming musings. But if the parallel passages show they did not even ask about that, then I have no right as an interpreter to inject that subject into Jesus' answer unless Jesus just says, now I know you didn't ask about this, guys, but let me tell you something. He did not do that. So, the fact that the disciples did not ask about the end of the physical world, they were asking about the end of the age linked with the temple, that really helped turn me in the direction of re-examining the Olivet Discourse. Well, I'll share more with you in the morning. Thanks for joining me for this morning's morning musings. We'll see you in the morning.